Welcome to my first Dominaria Remastered Draft here. It's gonna be some amount of reading of the cards here. Okay, so this looks very powerful. You return a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from game to the battlefield, but then it has flashback, and if you do that, you get back 2 things. That seems very powerful. All it would take is some amount of self-mill. Also, Icarus, a card I know is pretty good. But I think this rare has a lot of potential, and I'm thinking it's going to be black-white. It seems like this could be a 3-for-1 if you get to flashback it, because the first card is card neutral, but the second time you do it, you get to return 2 things, and all these 3 cards are permanent, so they're almost better than drawing a card. So here it is, Faceless Butcher, a good card, but I think I'm kind of interested in this Phyrexian Rage because it seems very good with Savin's Reclamation because it has CMC 3 or less. Yeah, seems it's worse than Phyrexian Rage. So normally Faceless Butcher is probably a better card, but once you have Savin's Reclamation, you can you want to pick CMC 3 or less creatures more also. Also, it's a cycling land, but I think this turn wants me to be black-white. So Phyrexian Rage is gonna go all in on this rare. But it's the first time I've seen this. I'm not sure what which set this is. Might be some remastered set. Ooh, Glory. I think that card's decent. So it's a 5-mana 3/3 flyer. And when you're drafting Dominaria Masters, you have to remember that the creatures were worse back in this day and age. So a 3/3 flyer for 5 is probably decent. But then if it's in your graveyard, you can give all your creatures protection from a color at the end of turn. That's just busted. I mean, because it's sort of for free. So if I can mill, that's going to be great. There's also Terror, which would be pretty good too. But I think Glory is a bomb, and take it here. I remember this being played in Constructed. So the idea with this card is you want to trade it off, and then you have this insanely powerful ability that can, if you can, your opponent's often going to be 2 colors, right? So if you have 6 mana, you can make all your creatures unblockable. You can also fizzle removal spells. Okay, so now there is Radiant's Judgment. Seems okay. This card seems horrible. Improvised Armor. It's a cycling. Even though this has cycling, if this had CMC 3, it would be more interesting, but then I could cycle it and get it back. It's also Milkin, works pretty nice with this card, and it's a ramper. So it's between Milkin and Urber Uprising. It's a very powerful effect, but at some point you can't have too many of this return stuff. Radiant Judgment Solitaire. I think I'm gonna take Milkin. It just seems so good with Savin's Reclamation, and also I can mill Glory sometimes. And if nothing else, it's a ramper, you know. Building around this card. And it's not even that bad to mill this because it has flashback, you know. Okay, so here is Dark Withering, has Madness or Terror. I think I'm gonna take Terror. I think it's just gonna be more reliable. Yes, Dark Withering is better if you have Madness cards because then it's a free discard outlet, but Terror is just 2 mana versus 6. And Radiant's Judgment might whiff, because since creatures are worse, back in the day you're gonna have smaller creatures usually, so take Terror here. Alright, so now we got Twisted Experiment. I guess it's a combo with this, because you can, if you can kill something, it goes into your graveyard. Auramancer, which would work with my graveyard theme. Another Milkin. I don't think I need a second one right now. So this seems very powerful if you can get something in your graveyard, like maybe a Twisted Experiment. This seems powerful, but so that you can block and give something +3/+3. Take Auramancer. I think it has the most potential here. White Main Lion, okay. So this can be a 3-mana bounce, but it seems pretty bad. I think White Main Lion is better than the second Auramancer. You can bounce a Rager, you can bounce Auramancer, you can save a creature from removal. So, right, see, this taps for Yond colors, so it doesn't do much for me right now. Renewed Fate. Seems like a solid card. 2 mana, cycle, gain 2, or gain 6 if you're desperate. This is not a permanent, though, so it doesn't work with Reclamation. Urban Siphon Mage. I think has more potential. I could take this card if I want to splash something, but I'm gonna take the Siphon Mage for now if I get out some more Madness cards, or more, my first Madness card. But this card can work also with some of my graveyard stuff, maybe. So this is a Naya land. Juggernaut. I'll take the Naya land here, just in case. I don't think Juggernaut is a card that this deck necessarily wants. You might be able to play one, but alright. Interesting. I'm gonna take this now. I think this card could be decent if I end up with enough cards that go to my grave. Because if you get this on, it's a 3/3 that can pump something else. Does not have vigilance despite the name, but it's really good on blocks because it's 6/6 on blocks. So, alright. I don't think Ornithopters for this deck. The Cloud of Fairies, I guess. It's a card I could maybe play with Reclamation because you can always cycle it and then bring it back. Untapped lands. Take another Siphon Mage. Twisted Experiment. I might play that, we shall see. It's an enchantment for Auramancer, so it's a permanent for Reclamation. Does not seem horrible, honestly. Alright, so pretty firmly in black-white here. Have graveyard synergies. I have concept to play synergies. And I get Maze of If. That's a very powerful card. It prevents a creature from attacking every turn. But it doesn't tap for mana, to note. Mystic Enforcer is powerful. Momentary Bling. I think it's between Undead Gladiator, which is pretty good, but it also works really nice with Reclamation. You can cycle it and get it into play. But this is just a good card. So I think Maze of If is good, but it's also a card I can get back if I mill it, I guess. Reserve this for now. Alright, I'm gonna take Gladiator for synergy. Another Maze of If, but Swords to Plowshares. And again, I don't think Maze of If is a bomb or especially good. It can be insanely annoying to play against, but I don't think it's necessarily a fantastic card. Whereas Swords to Plowshares is just good. If this wasn't here, I would probably take Dread Return. It seems like it could be decent, but Swords to Plowshares. Gamekeeper, I used to love this card. Obviously not good enough to splash, it's decent though. This is fine, but I think at this point I'm gonna take Urber Uprising. I already have Millikin. And I got some really good creatures to recur. I can cycle Gladiator and get it back. Still don't think Dragon Engine is particularly good. It does not have flying, even though it's a dragon. So yeah, I'm gonna take my first Urber Uprising here. Flesh Reaver, this is a very swingy card. It's basically it's a 2-mana 4/4. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you lose 4 life. I think that a Cackling Fiend could be okay. It's a 4-mana 2/1 that makes your opponent discard a card. Seems like it could be good with recursion here. I think this card is bad. You're just gonna if your opponent Shump blocks this, you're still gonna take 4 damage. Yeah. So take Cackling Fiend, but I could cut this. I don't think it's a super good card, but if I get some more White Mane Lions or maybe, I mean, it seems like it's just too expensive. Good flavor text though. Oh man, Spectral Lynx, awesome. That's just on color and great card. It's like a River Boa, but instead of Island Walk you get protection from green. But Riverbow is a great card, and it's also a 2-mana card for Reclamation. Let's see here. Flying First Strike basically lifelink, but it's a little too expensive. Fraction the base is a card I could play too. It's also Chain Lightning, but Spectral Links, nice. This used to be a rare, but obviously its power creep has set in, so this is not as powerful to be a rare anymore. Sweet card though. Still not gonna find too many fixers on color here, because these layers are only the... so I could maybe get the Esper one, but it's not even that good. Take Gargoyle just in case. I don't think Momentary Blink is good without the flashback. Alright, we got Gerard's Verdict. Decent. 2 mana Mind Rot, and if your opponent discards lands, you gain life. So that seems like a good card. I mean, I don't mind 2 mana Mind Rots. And this card is sort of similar to the 4/4, it's just not worth it. So okay. That seems like a decent card. So right now we only have 1 aura for Aura, so we just picked up Pacifism, and as long as I don't play any Edicts in my deck, it seems like a good card. You don't want to combine Pacifism with Edicts. That's an old trap for Black-White, you're combining Edicts with Pacifism. Not a good idea. 3 mana Disenchant in this deck. Okay, let's see here. 5 mana free flyer. Again, that's decent. And then it can survive a couple of turns. I don't know about that. However, Duress is just very weak sideboard card, but maybe I see something insane I want to take. Alright, fine. Cathian Javelineer seems like a fine playable. It's a, again, 3 mana card for this. Alright, this wheel, nice. If nothing else, it's a 2 mana 2/2, which is in this set probably is okay. I still don't like that card. Alright, not one of these. I don't know if I want to play 2 though. Wild Dogs. Didn't recognize the art. Alright, so we'd like some more enchantments for Auramancer, and this is on the shopping block. Other than that, I think I like all cards. I mean, if I cut Auramancer, I'm probably not going to play Twisted Experiment either. But this deck seems good. I got early removal, card advantage, way to cycle through lands. Ooh, Yawgmoth, that's great, right? 4 mana 2 for protection from humans. Pay 1 life, sack another creature. Yeah, this seems great. And the last card is Swamp. Yeah, and then Proliferate, which you can use to add some more minus counters. I'm not sure I have anything other than that to use with Proliferate, but Yawgmoth it is. Very nice. And protection from humans is probably more relevant than you might think at first glance. I mean, human. This is gotta be a human, right? Yeah, human. Yeah, so there's probably a reasonable amount of humans. And there's no mana requirements on the second ability. I mean, pay 1 life, so you can do that. What is this? Arborea. That's probably not great. For me, there's another Pacifism. Oh, Factor Fiction. Oh, that card is so good. I'm almost tempted to splash that card. Alright, so Mystic Zealot is fine too. I'm almost tempted to splash Factor Fiction. Fortunately, Ritz Grove doesn't do it. But this card is so good in this format, probably, because this is a slow format. Alright, I'm gonna take Factor Fiction. So I can choose between a 4 mana exile attacking creature, not great. Treva's Ruins to splash my Factor Fiction. Goblin Turncoat, Radiant's Judgment. I think it is time to take Treva's Ruins to splash my Factor Fiction. My prediction of this format is it's going to be pretty slow, and having a sick card advantage card also works with all my graveyard stuff. It's going to be great. It works with Glory, Reclamation, just does it all. Man of War. I think I'm just gonna take the base. I mean, Mana War is great, but it's much less good than Fact or Fiction, and this seems like a fine card. 2 mana, 4 mana, 2 flyer, and then can kill something small. Third Maze of If. So many Maze of Ifs. Deep Analysis, another great card. This is 4 mana, 5/5, pay 3 life. Seems okay. Not super excited about it. I'm gonna take Maze of If now. Another Gerard's Verdict, Spirit Link. Take another Verdict, I guess. Oh, I should probably take this. I don't think Gerard's Verdict is an insane card, and having a cycle is very nice. Okay. Not good, even though I have Auramancer. Take Blink, I guess. Still don't like these Siphon Mages that much. Could play another one of these. Alright. Oh, Phyrexian Rager number 2. Fantastic. Fantastic. Alright, let's get out of here, Cackling Fiend. Flesh Reaver. Phyrexian Ghoul. This used to be a rare. Probably not good enough though. Take Phyrexian Ghoul. Take a Disenchant now. So many Goblin Turncoats. Goblin Matron, okay. Alright, so... Okay, I have 21 playables. Okay, so suppose... Put back... Okay. Oh, I think Juggernaut could be okay. Then a Vigilant Sentry. So now we have 23 playables. Gonna play 1 island for Fact or Fiction. Congregate. Okay. Solid hand here. Gonna lead on Millikin, go into probably Yawgmoth, but if I suspect removal, might go for Rager instead. Nice thing about playing black, although I guess it cut both ways, is that I'm insulated against Terror and Dark Withering. It's not that many creatures I have that gets killed by that, but of course that goes both ways, because my Terror cannot kill my opponent. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Millikin. You wanna wait on the discard until your opponent got less cards in hand, if you can afford it. Terminal, so you can sacrifice this for a basic land. Okay, so it's a slow fixer. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Yawgmoth here. Oh, I find Glory. Nice. So now I can give protection anytime I want for 3 mana. And if I want, I can sacrifice Millikin to draw a card and put a minus counter. Opponent did not sacrifice Terminal Moraine for some reason. Not sure why, but... And Spider, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna lead with milling a card. Milled Swords, that was not ideal. Oh well. I'm gonna go Phyrexian Rager. Twisted Experiment. So now I think it's a good time to draw a Verge. My opponent's down to 4 cards. And if I wait, my opponent might be able to empty out their hand. Opponent Discarded Elvish Spirit Guide and Sun Clasp. Okay. Neither of which I think is particularly good. Oh, there's Maze of If. Okay, so my opponent probably wasn't the same draft pod as me. Okay, there's Gamekeeper. So if this dies, my opponent gets to reveal cards until we reveal a creature. Much less good in Limited than in Constructed, but... Okay, I'm going to cast Juggernaut. And Javelineers and pass. And the next turn I could maybe give protection from green and attack for 10. And that's half my opponent's life total. I guess my opponent has Maze of If, so -5. But my opponent seems to be green-white. But anyway, I'm not under particularly much pressure, so even if I'm only attacking for 5, it's gonna be good enough for a while. Should probably mill end of turn because of Sevin's Reclamation. Alright. Okay, so let's just activate Glory. Give him protection from green. And then, yeah, my opponent can untap Juggernaut, but it's gonna be hard to lose this game if I mean, I have 6 lands in play. Should use Maze of If. Yeah. So I can get double protection. I don't see how I ever lose this game. Unless it's like a sweeper. But come on. Alright, here comes the planes. And yeah, Glory in the graveyard is unbeatable most of the time, if you got enough mana. You could use Yawgmoth too, but I don't really need to right now. Guess you can proliferate onto Javelineers. Didn't think about that. Guess that's a thing. Maybe I get my opponent down to a very low life total. I can do that. In the middle here, because of Reclamation again. Sword Suppliers is on Yawgmoth. Nope, that's not gonna work, unfortunately. Glory is a busted card. In this form. Probably not in normal limited formats. Undead Gladiator, alright. It's a card you can bring back during your upkeep. I'm not going to do it right now, but... Protection from green. And I could Reclamation here, but I'm just going to keep up Glory. I'm not in any hurry to kill my opponent. And... yeah, might as well. Hintland Harbor, okay. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a big one. It still doesn't do anything for Glory, but yeah. One's out of cards now. Right. I'll bring back this card. Passives. Alright, just gonna play it. Why not? Should have not tapped out of black there, but whatever. Alright. So green-white creatures. Alright. Got a great hand here. Could use some lands, but yeah, milking was just MVP last game. Milled Glory and filled up my graveyard. So what creatures am I sourcing here on turn 2? Not sure. Probably like a Wild Mongrel I would do. Draw a card and reveal it. If it isn't a land card, discard it. That's a card advantage card. It's a card I can pretty easily kill with Fran, though. I'm probably just going to source it. That could give my opponent card advantage, or fill my opponent's graveyard. Okay, I'm not going to verdict right now. I'm going to cycle under Gladiator, because I don't have double block. That's a card I could get back at some point. It's a nice thing about this card, even if you discard it, it's not gone forever, so you can bring it back. But yeah, I thought this card would be important for my opponent, in the sense that it's going to give my opponent find the colors, and oh, now I kind of regret it. Protection from black. But if it doesn't have Threshold, I can block it with a white creature. But that's going to be a good one, though. My opponent did have to lose Elvish Spirit Guide, though. Alright. I have all my colors. So both Yawgmoth and Mystic Enforcer is going to have protection from each other. This has protection from black, but it's a human. So they're going to pass each other like ships in the night. But I'll take some damage in the meantime, though. Now I kind of wish I had saved my swords, but oh well. Frantic Search. Alright, that's 3 cards in the graveyard. But it is card at disadvantage. So as long as I can weather the storm. I'm up a couple of cards. Problem with Gerard's Verdict here is that it gives my opponent 2 cards closer to threshold, but oh well. Okay. So now things are getting a little scary. I don't think I can cast Gerard's Verdict now. It's just just gives my opponent almost close to threshold. That can become a 4/4. Alright, so yeah, I don't think I can cast Gerard's Verdict here. It just gives my opponent 1 card to the threshold, so I'm just gonna cast Yawgmoth and oh no, dude. Force my opponent to get threshold on his own. I do have pacifism in my deck somewhere. Or not F6 with Yawgmoth in play. I do have pacifism. Terror. Oh crap. Oh man. This terror doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to cast Glory here and you know. 5/2, I guess. Can't block anyway. But at least I can block with Glory. Okay, so you can always, even if I can't put counters on these with Yawgmoth, I can always sacrifice this to draw a card and not lose. But I don't have to put a counter on my own creature because it's up to 1 creature, yeah. Alright. Okay, no attacks, huh? Okay. Friction the base. Okay. So I still don't think Gerard's Verdict is good. So I could Urborg Uprising back on the Gladiator and draw a card. Nah, that seems bad. I think I'm just gonna cast Phyrexian Debaser here. And attack for 2. Can't block anyway. And I don't want to attack with Glory, I want to block with it, yeah. Alright. 4 cards in graveyard. Leaden Fist. So this gives +3/+3 and it doesn't untap. Okay. Doesn't bother me too much. Got an Ancient. Whenever a player casts a spell, you put a counter on this and you can remove it. I'm probably just going to kill that with Terror. That's just going to be too threatening. So yeah, I'm going to... Yeah, alright, I'm going to Terror. Puts my opponent up to 5 cards in graveyard. I'm going to cast Phyrexian Rager, play a land, and attack 4. 2, I think. Can't block, so... I could, if this dies, I could get protection from blue, but that's probably too slow. So just have to fade Threshold for a couple of turns. Alright. Juggernaut, that's actually not bad because it's colorless. Start by attacking, I guess. Play Juggernaut. Which, I mean, if I trade for a Mystic Enforcer, yes, that's 1 card closer to the threshold, but that's also 1 Mystic Enforcer off the board, and this becoming a 4th is not a huge disaster. Werebear. So much threshold, yeah. Don't want to kill that necessarily with Debaser because that's 6 cards. Okay, let's start with Rager. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a relief because now stopping my upkeep now. This card doesn't even kill me in 1 hit, and I have flying blocker. That's white. So is this going to be the 7th card? No, it's going to be that thing. Okay. Well, so let's see. Can I kill my opponent? 3, 5. Yeah, my opponent is dead unless there is some free card. Right. Let's verdict here. See if my opponent has a free card. Nope, Spirit Link. Ooh, that could have been good. So let's see if I attack with everything. Yeah, my opponent is exactly dead. Cool. Opponent did get Threshold in the end, but it's too late. Alright, I like this hand. Gotta find a way to get Glory in my graveyard, but you can maybe block with it, you know. Even Champ block if worst comes to worst. But a Rager keeps this hand together. Right, Auramancer. I'm gonna shield on that. It's Psycho Radiant Judgment, okay. Of course I already have a good play. Okay, so 1, 2 tapper. You can tap 2 if you have Threshold. I'm gonna wait a little bit on sourcing that because I don't really. My deck doesn't really care too much about that, and I can source at any time. Oh, my opponent could be on the Horseshoe Hermetic Study plan. White Mainland could be nice at some point, but bouncing my rage or drawing an extra card, but for now I'm just going to cast Juggernaut. I want to wait for my opponent to do something with Horseshoe Crab, show me that it's good. Until that, I don't need to source it. Alright. So another Horseshoe Crab. Okay, so now I definitely want to wait. Alright, Plains is nice, go to combat. So now I can either one taps Juggernaut. Now I can either play Vigilant Sentry and keep open white main line, but I'm just gonna cast Glory. That's good card. It's hard for blue-white to deal with this, and if there is some pacifism I can white main line it. But I don't really want to waste white main line just yet. So far this card doesn't do anything, but I hope that it will eventually, you know. Although to be fair, blue it might not be the best matchup for this because cards don't tend to go into the graveyard. Okay, so this is a 3/3 for 5 that can be a 6/6 flyer for 8 mana. So my opponent is 2 cards away from that, so I'm not too worried. Okay, let's start by going to combat here. See what my opponent taps. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna attack for 3. Don't really see why not. And then I'm going to play Vigilant Sentry. And I can keep open Whitemon Leon and cycling under Gladiator. I don't need to cycle right now. But if I keep it like this, I have all my options open. And I could always just cycle under Gladiator and bring it back if I want to. It's not a horrible play because this is still going to be in my graveyard for flashbacks later, so don't really feel like I'm wasting it. Alright, so there is pacifism, okay. I don't need to white main line right now, but I probably will at some point. Alright, another tapper, okay, so I don't really have to worry about this because my opponent's not going to be able to tap and do everything else. Okay, so do I want a white main line or under Gladiator? I think I want a white main line because I want to cast Glory next turn. Alright. Another rage. I'm just gonna cast Glory though, use up all my manas, and I should have gone to combat first, but whatever. Same thing would have happened. But I like having Glory in play, so yeah. 7 mana. I'm happy I didn't swords this now because my opponent's got 2 of them, and my opponent's not putting any pressure on me. That makes tappers worse. Tappers are good when you're attacking because you can do double tapping and stuff. But Juggernaut, okay. It's not a problem exactly. Alright, so let's start by casting this Rager. See what happens. Terror is good. That's really good in this matchup. Let's go to combat. Double taps here, I guess. Glory and Juggernaut. Okay, I still don't have any attacks here, but I kind of want to Swords Juggernaut because either that or I double block it. And that's a 2 for 1. I'm just gonna wait. I can wait for yeah. Alright, I can wait for attacks. Maybe my opponent plays a removal spell or something. I guess I could also double block and then place Levin's Reclamation, whatever it's called, and get the card back. Alright, so let's double block here. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with this. Because now I can get cards back with this. Okay, now 7. Yeah, it's probably time to source this tapper now. Because I have terror anyway. Ooh, okay. Go to combat. Tap that. Back for free. And okay, exile target attacking creature. That's annoying. I could terror it and then have it in my graveyard. That's a pretty aggressive play, but I think I'm not gonna do that. It's very tempting, but it just seems like I'm going all in for no reason. I'm gonna reclaim the Rager. Because I still have the flashback. Play a land and pass, hold up a terror and cycling gladiator. So I could flashback that, get back 2 things if I want to. Wormfang Drake. So that's a 3/4 flyer. That's fine. So now, could terror that if I want to. And cycle this though. And put this out of cards. The baser is not bad. Terror that. This way, my opponent has basically no pressure on me. Go to combat. Sure. And no attacks. And then I could flashback Reclamation, get back 2 cards. Or I could have Factor Fiction and gotten this, I guess. But I'm gonna cast the Debaser and kill the tapper next turn. And this is instant speed, so tapping it in the upkeep doesn't do anything. Voice of All, that's a good card. You choose a color and it has protection from that color, so if you choose black, I can't kill it with the base. Alright, not bad. Alright, let's start by killing the tapper. See what's happening. 6 cards in my graveyard. Tap that, and now this can be online if I cast Factor Fiction. But okay, I'm gonna attack with White Main Lion, I think. So I can give it +3/+3 if I cast Factor Fiction. Yeah. But I can't attack with Rage because my opponent just blocks the Voice of All. And I want to do this. Well, I can still. Okay, well, I'm gonna Factor Fiction now. Not the greatest of cards, but I'll take it. Juror's Verdict is a blank here. So I can either take a Cycler or I can take a 2/2 and the cards that don't do anything. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the 2/2. Then pump that. And then also another one of these. I should have played the druids here. But now having 2 of these is going to be very hard for me to lose in combat. So basically any creature is good right now. Okay, Earthbook Uprising is very good. Don't necessarily want to play it right now, but let's just quit. Not that. Okay. I will pump that. And I'm not going to get greedy pump twice. I'm just going to be content to kill one. Now I can respond. Yeah. Cleric. And don't want to lose threshold, but I think I'm just gonna pass here. I don't really see how I lose this game, and keeping my resources in hand seems good. Okay, so let's see here. Blue, white, probably Hermetic Study. But I don't know if I like any sideboard card necessarily. One showed me 2 tappers, but I have ways to deal with them. Alright, I'm just gonna keep it as is. Fine hand here. I can play Mire as a tapped land. Wasn't so good, but 1 land and I can play Rager and hopefully get planes. Both hasn't done anything. Terror is also a nice card here. Swamp is better than not drawing a land, but I still have plays. Okay. Cycling. Okay, alright. The old classic cycling lands ones before the onslaught ones. 1 free. I can't even tear that, nor do I want to, honestly. Because it's just gonna attack a little bit and take some damage. Twisted Experiment. So if I don't draw a land next turn, I could be in some trouble because I may have to discard. Can't block. The threat of activation. Alright. So well, I might as well terror that. And I want to do it now so I don't have to discard. Here's a funny play. I'm actually gonna attack. Because there's no downside. I can't block anyway, and maybe I get through for 2 damage. And if my opponent blocks, I can just terror it, you know. Yes, got through. 2 free damage. Really well. But yeah, I want to do it now. Yeah, I might take some damage, but this way I don't have to discard. Seems unnecessary. And unfortunately, Twisted Experiment is not a particularly good play on this. Because it's still a play. Ooh, planes, nice. Alright, so do I want to go Juggernaut or Debaser? I think Juggernaut is better because my opponent is stuck on lands. Which makes me question a little bit why my opponent cycled the Remote Isle. But so I kind of want to get a big beater into play. It's not that easy for my opponent to play a card that eats Juggernaut, you know. Oh, Griffin guy. Ah. So that makes this a 3/5 flyer, and when it dies, my opponent gets a 2/2. So if I attack, my opponent blocks and gets a 2/2. Could play Yawgmoth and shrink that. That way I get to keep Juggernaut in play. So this is dice. Yeah, I should probably just... It's not particularly mana efficient, but I could just swords it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's very mana inefficient, but... Could have cost Twisted Experiment here, but... Our opponent is on 21 life. So. Sometimes you have to be mana efficient, just because when you 2 for 1, your opponent is nice. Alright, my opponent tapped and then didn't do anything. I smell a rat here. So what do I want to do? I think I want to hold open white Mill Iron then. I think this is going to be the exile target attacking creature, and Juggernaut has to attack, so I can't even really play around. So I think, yeah. So I rather do this than cast Yawgmoth, because Juggernaut I think is going to be great in this game. My opponent hasn't showed a way to block it effectively. Okay. Spectral Links. Alright, let's just attack for 2. And probably play Juggernaut. I could play Yawgmoth and kill Horseshoe Crab instead. Then I might draw a land. May have to discard that way, but I'm a little worried about Hermetic Study. I don't have an answer for that right now. I could also go Twisted Experiment plus Spectral Links. That's probably better. Because if I play Fran and kill something, I have to give up a creature on the board and I might have to discard. Oromancer brings back Griffin Guy. That's a good play. Oh, alright. Well, I'm just gonna attack for 4 here. And if my opponent blocks and trades, that means Griffin Guard's not gonna come into play for a while. Opponent just takes it because we want to go Griffin Guy. Alright, so if my opponent plays Griffin Guard though, next turn it's gonna be dead. So I think it's gonna go Juggernaut. And that way my opponent is dead if he plays Griffin Guide. And another creature as well. Alright, see you for the finals, I guess. This is very awkward. This is not great. This card doesn't do anything. This one I can cast. This one is 4/4 pacifism. I have place, but I think I'm gonna mulligan. This is better. Going to put planes on the bottom and play my Mire. Turn 1. It's my only black source. The question is, do I cycle this turn 2? I think I will because I don't have double block and... Oh, Spectral Link's gonna be good. Protection from green. Alright, there's a swamp. That makes the decision harder. But in play this is just a free one, and I can get it back later. I think I'm still gonna cycle it. Alright, 2/2 that can be pumped for 8 mana. Alright. So I think I'm gonna bring it back in my upkeep, but I don't have anything else to do, and yes, I can't cast it this turn, but I have an excess of planes here. And the only way I get punished is if I draw a 3-drop, which I did. Alright. Well, there wasn't that high of a likelihood for that to happen. Alright, so I was hoping my opponent would have slapped an aura on that so I could pacifism it, but I'm just curving out here. This is a 1/2 untaps a land, and then you can untap 3 target lands. Alright. I'll use my mana at the maximum here, and then I can kill one of these, probably this one. But we shall see. Because this card doesn't scare me at the moment. I'll take a reasonable amount of damage and then eventually deal with it. So yeah, I'm gonna take 2 here. Because I think it's more important to kill the this early stage of the game, it's more important to kill a mana creature. Okay, Gamekeeper again. Good card. I think, yeah, I said I wanted to kill that. This also means that this is harder to get to online. Okay. Do I have a protection spell? No. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle this. Then play a Vigilant Sentry. Or Rage, actually, now that I do that. That's better. Because it lets me draw a card, and I'm not that far away from Rest Hold. I'm pretty far off, but not by a large amount. I could also maybe get this back, cycle it, and then I'm closer. Here I'm going to block the Invoker, though. Not going to block Gamekeeper. This is an old classic. 2/2 that gets you one shot out of Druids if you block it. Which you don't want to do in this early stage of the game. You can do it late game, but Plains is not bad here. So how about I start by attacking. And then I'm going to cast 2 creatures. Okay. Then Sentry and Cleric of the Forward. And I needed to play a land so I could play both. Though if I draw lands now, I might shield with them and get this card back in my upkeep. No card would be great here, would be that return 2 things, but oh well. Is this a flesh creature? Flesh, flesh, Opponent's doing something now. Still not gonna block Gamekeeper though. 2 mana away from this. Doesn't give trample, so you can champ it if you absolutely have to. Yeah. I'm gonna block it at some point, probably. But for now, I'm gonna wait. Okay, so that's a 4/4 that when it dies you get 4 1/1s. And I drew Glory. So it's time to think here. What could white-green have to sacrifice this? Probably not too much. I think I'm gonna go Pacifism and cast Vigilant Sentry. I should probably attack first. Now I think I'm gonna cycle Glory, get back Gladiator, then Glory is in my graveyard. I think that is better than attack with these 2, I think. I think that's better than having a Glory in play. I could be wrong though. Stop on my upkeep. And so I get this back, puts Glory in my graveyard, and then I have access to Glory. My opponent has all green creatures in play. Is that better than having a 3/3 flyer in play? Might be. Okay, yeah. Do that. So now Glory is in my graveyard. Play a land. And you just attack with everything and get protection. Then my opponent's down to 6. And my opponent can't kill me. And I can cycle under Gladiator end of turn. Don't see what hurts me really bad here, but because a removal spell. Okay. Protection from green. Opponent can attack me for 9, but then he's dead next turn. Yeah, this card is good. 8 mana, so still not dead. And a white creature is not enough because I can double activate Glory. Okay. Again, green-white. Spectral Link's gonna be great. Yeah, I like this. I think I don't need to do anything. Oh man, I think this is another mulligan. Because I didn't have white. This is better. So I don't want to put plains or swamp on the bottom, or even them. I think I have double white cards. I don't have that much double black. Let's just put the Mire on the bottom. And keep the rest. But I think Milking is pretty promising. Can mill a lot of things. I can mill Undead Gladiator, I can mill Glory, I can mill Sevin's Reclamation, I can mill cards for Urber Uprising, I can mill creatures for Sevin's Reclamation. And Pacifism can deal with something large. Now I wish I could bottom the plains, but I'm not a soothsayer just yet. That's okay. I have ways to get back the cards. I have double Rager. I have Urborg Uprising. Glory could be considered card advantage in some sense. Opponent hasn't done anything yet. Alright, the tapper. Okay. Ooh, that's good. Alright, so do I want to cast that or do I want to cast Juggernaut? Treva's Ruins, okay. I'm going to cast Juggernaut. It attacks for more. And I don't really want to sacrifice Millikin just yet. I want to get some more milling value from it. So if my opponent kills Yawgmoth for some reason, I guess this is worse against Radiant's Judgment. Huh? That's a thing to consider. But unfortunately this is not Prison Sentence, so it doesn't stop activated abilities. So I wanted to get in for more damage, but maybe I should have played around Radiant's Judgment. Because if I lead with Yawgmoth, I can then sacrifice this in response to Radiant's Judgment and get a card. So that was potentially a punt, but what are you gonna do? Alright, it's another decoy. Alright. This card really pops off when you get Frizzle though. Alright, I think I could cast Gerard's Verdict now, but I think it's reasonably likely I get to fire it off next turn for value. Because it's going to be hard for my opponent to deploy 3 cards this turn. So if I wait just one more turn, maybe I can get 2 cards. And you can't tap Yawgmoth, by the way. Alright. Actually, my opponent has to deploy 4 cards this turn for me to not get value. Gamekeeper, okay, that's good. It is scary to pacifism that, but I could do it. Or it is an elf, not a human. Alright. I'm gonna mill with Millikin here. For the reasons I've already stated. I have a lot of cards that I want to have in my graveyard. Ah, man, I wanted to draw that, but yeah, it's random. Ooh. So let's start by Gerard's Verdict, I think, because I'm gonna do that no matter what. That is going to happen. And then Because if I wait one more turn, that could be my opponent emptying out the hand. That would not be good. Okay, Griffin Guide. I like to get rid of that. Although I had pacifism, but still. Okay, let's go to combat. My opponent's gonna tap Juggernaut. The question is, do I attack with Juggernaut here and give my opponent a gamekeeper trigger? I do have pacifism. I don't think it's worth it. It's just, why should I trade 1 damage? Why should I trade 2 damage for 2 when I have no reason? It just gives my opponent options, you know? Because if I attack with Jorgen, the opponent just attacks back, and I don't really want to trade, so at least force my opponent to attack into me. Seems better. But Jorgen is pretty good against these nomads because I can sacrifice something and then discard planes and proliferate. But I don't need to do it right now. So I'm thinking, what does this tell me that my opponent discarded these 2? Gotta be a really good card in the hand. Yeah, okay. Good thing I have pacifism. Good thing I have pacifism. So still gonna mill there. So, alright, that was nice. Getting milling up swamp. Oh, that's another reason to mill myself. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna pacifism that. And then I'm going to kill both the decrease here. So let's see here. I'm going to start by milling. Should have done this. Okay, Oromancer is potentially good. Then I'm going to oh, I don't see how I lose this game now. Discard a card, proliferate. Discard, I think, Oromancer, so I can cast Svid's Reclamation. Okay, and then Svid's Reclamation back. Phyrexian Rager. Keep the cards flowing. Yeah. Opponent can jump and get a creature here, but no. So if my opponent finds a way to deal with pacifism, then oh, okay, that works. That's nice. I get to draw a couple cards to sacrifice another creature. Okay, well. I get to kill Gamekeeper in response, though. So my opponent, whatever creature my opponent gets killed. Yep, and draw 2 cards. I wonder if you even do this, but maybe you hit something with a constant play ability. No, okay. Yeah. It can't sacrifice itself. Not that I really need more cards, but alright, so my opponent has no cards in hand. 7 mana, this is flashback 5. Let's just cost 2 of these, and that means that'll be very hard for my opponent to block. Can't pump itself in a attacking, but also have Urborg Uprising. So my opponent needs another rare mythic card to get out of this. Okay, well, this was a sweet draft, and see you next week. What the hell is this? Oh well.